Hello people! Thank you for tuning into my channel. On the bench today I have an old Martin. This one's a 1937 00018. It was built in a time of ebony and wonderful wood, bone, tortoise, etc. But the reason it's here is for the bridge. It was broken before, and then I said I could try to repair it for him without taking the whole thing off, and I used epoxy and did my best, but a year later it broke again. So this time we're in for a full replacement. As you can imagine, the intonation with this tipping forward like that is going to be a little bit sharp at the 12th fret. So we'll take a look at where that is exactly. It's about, I guess, 15 cents sharp. On the low E, about 20 cents sharp on the A. $0.12 sharp on the B. Yeah. The intonation is off. That can be corrected when we do the new bridge. The string height, it's pretty far out there. 8/64. Wow, that's an eighth of an inch. 7/64 on the high E, and gradually getting up to a full 1/8 inch here at the 12th fret. That's pretty rough. The height over here is about 3/8. Boy, that would be nice to have it lowered. Maybe we can do a neck reset one of these days. He doesn't mind high action, so I'm gonna just worry about the bridge for now, and we'll start getting her done. I do want to take these pins out and measure the distance between the strings. There's a look at that tortoloid material they sell for pick guards. Real nice stuff. Alrighty. I'm Scotty D, and I'm going to make this guitar sound sweet. Alright, man, check it out. I got the bridge off. Get that out of the way here. Looks like the Stew Mac package just came. Front door delivery. We got it. Pigment. Man, that's heavy. Ebony. How did they do? Well, I say they do good. They do real good. Another good tool is the woodpeckers. It's almost hard to believe this is a 1937. How clean that came off. These holes were from my previous little job. I put brad nails in there to try to hold that front edge on, but the string pressure finally just took the whole thing off and the epoxy didn't work. When in doubt, replace the whole bridge, but man, that is some clean stuff, man. There's not a single splinter of wood missing from this. That is just, it's too much, man. Too much. It's too clean. I just marked out the shape of the new saddle. I'll go down and cut that on the bandsaw and shape it on the disc sander and the belt sander. And we'll see how it fits. I'm doing some rough shaping of this while I've got it out here in the garage. Taking maybe 0.5 millimeter off the back side of this bridge. He doesn't want to do a neck reset anytime soon, which actually I would rather just have him leave this bridge full height and do a neck reset for tonal purposes, tonality. He'll get better sound. If the higher this bridge is, the better it's going to sound. But he wants to leave the neck on, even though his action's getting high. Just hog off a little here, and then I'm gonna pull it off and sand it. I'm also going to shape this saddle a little bit. I've got a long way to go. I'm doing my final shaping to the saddle in the nut and saddle vise. Using the needle files, I can add a little bit of compensation as needed. Going to stain it now. This ebony has these pre-made bridges have a little bit of blonde streaks in them. They're not the premium Gabon ebony that was available back in the day. It's more of a Indian, I don't know, Indo-Pacific ebony. You can see the difference here. The pre-made bridges have these blonde streaks in them, so gonna get out the India ink. Probably about 20 drops of denatured alcohol, and then 6 or 7 drops of India ink. We'll apply this with a Q-tip. Goes on wet, soaks in. Remember, this was only sanded to 220 grit, so the grain is still a little bit open, enough to receive the stain. There it is, all stained. We're going to wipe that off and get a little bit of the excess off there. There was one small chip in the lacquer. I think I got out of control with the woodpecker's tool. It was my first time. I was just so excited to have a new tool. I also use this wood whittling knife that has a kind of a convex shaped blade to it. That's really nice. The first 2 coats of Danish oil were actually, the first 3 coats went on real thin, and the 4th coat I put it on heavy and kind of sanded in with 600 grit sandpaper. Okay, if you have a Martin of this vintage and you're looking for a period correct bridge, replacement bridge for it, it's the pre-war guitar belly bridge ebony. And in my case, it was the first one here. It's the 2 5/16 string spread through saddle. And I checked it for intonation, and it's super duper. I sand the wood. That opens up the grain. It's good to go against the grain also, because that really opens it up. And get in there pretty close. Less than cure for a good at least 10 hours, and we'll get right back. Out a little bit. good. The only thing left to do is to lower this saddle here at the B string. The intonation's real good. Just needs to be lowered a little bit there. We can see the break angle on the strings. Get a little light on there. I can't lower it too much more because I'm going to lose my break angle. But the action's really pretty much the way it was when it came in, except for that one string. I don't know if you can see how high that one string is, but let's lower that.